Hi, welcome to space number 10. Yay! We're at the book readers. Book readers for the Seven Freedoms frequency. And if you have no idea what I mean about the Seven Freedoms frequency, all will be revealed in just a second. I'm going to share my screen. So if you have gone through the other spaces in the spiritual community, if you've gone through the other explainer videos, then you'll kind of get a sense of what this is. And so the book readers, I always wanted to do a book club, right? If everybody's heard of like Oprah Winfrey doing a book club, I'm like, oh wow. And I'm always reading, and if I'm not reading, I'm listening. I'm primarily listening to books, but I've got books like scattered all over my house, and my vision is to have a bookshelf in my barn conversion with lots of books from members of the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network. That is what I really see. And, lots of other authors, we all admire. So if you have a favorite author, a favorite book, and it's not listed in the book club, these are some of the books, and I'll share in a second my book list. When people say, oh, a recommended reading list, it's like that. And so one of the communities that I was part of was the Miracle Morning community. And one of the big things there is like reading as part of, your morning routine. And lots of people read as part of their morning routine and journal and do all these things. And lots of people were saying, what do you read? To each other, not just to me, in this community. And I thought it's so powerful. Books can change our lives. And let me know if a book has changed your life. And so that's why I'm so hell-bent on building my own author and authority platform and supporting you if you have a book inside of you to build your author and authority platform in a way that brings the reader out from the page, meaning that you're not that author that just leaves people on the shelf, like with the book. You actually have a call to conversation in your book. And so as I write my book, as you see on your screen, part of the front cover, is Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a soul-guided influencer's compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. So supporting you in building your spiritual business on YouTube and leveraging it. So if you've had a look at space 7, all of these spaces are intertwined. They all follow on. They're all the teachings that I would have wanted. So we talk about your vision, and this is the 7 freedoms frequency. So I put my vision, and I created a vision board which had these 7 areas in my life. And each area I focus on every single week. Every single day, really, but every single week, a real deep dive into reflecting where I am and where I still want to go, what I've actually experienced, sharing my wins, just being in vibrational harmony as much as possible. And so on a Monday, we talk about contribution freedom. So I wanted to create, and I have created, a book reading list to go with supporting me in my contribution freedom. And I'll talk about that on and you'll see on my vision board, there's lots of books. People are like, why would you just have lots of books? Because some of those books have really changed my life. Some of them I've only read a few pages or listened to something and I get the message. Have you ever done that when you've opened a book and you're like trusting that where you open it, you'll get what it is that you need? The universe gives you that sign. The same for me of YouTube videos, books, Audible books. That's kind of where I get a lot of my inspiration and guidance from on a daily basis, rather than being on the socials and being guided by that. I'm guided by listening or watching something that is supports me. And so with the vision board challenge for health, so people often have a vision board why I create my vision board challenge. People often have a vision board and they just stick pictures and on this cork board and expect everything to manifest and fall on their head and in their life. And life kind of doesn't really work like that, not for me anyway. It's kind of before you know it, you've manifested, gradual things. And it's the little things that make up and give the momentum of the bigger things. And sometimes it's the things that don't seem related and connected. However, for me, with the 7 freedoms, and the 7 freedoms are short for the intentional living codes. So each of these areas is like a code, like a frequency. And I call them the intentional living codes. Cheers to financial freedom frequency. So contribution is C of the cheers. Health is the H. Emotional freedom is the E. The other E in cheers to financial freedom is environmental freedom, relationship freedom, spiritual freedom, and financial freedom. That makes up that cheers to financial freedom frequency, living an intentional life in accordance to your values and your North Star in each area. So I don't just expect that I'm going to contribute in the world without learning any skills. And if you've read, I'm looking over here, if you've read anything about Think and Grow Rich, which I love this book, and we have the mastermind, is that you have this major definiteness of purpose, and you have to see yourself actually executing that purpose before it actually manifests. That's kind of the way it works. And so Napoleon Hill talks about thinking and growing rich, having a burning desire, an obsession, and sharing what you will give in receipt for the financial freedom, for the money goal. And so with the contribution freedom, part of the definiteness of purpose, it talks about what skills would you need in order to fulfill that definiteness of purpose. Do you need more skills? Where are you going to acquire your skills from? And he talks about the money and being in alignment with that and really believing, seeing, touching, and feeling it. And so T. Harv Eker talks about your income can only grow to the extent that you do. So this is a way of me growing into my vision and having you grow into your vision. Robin Sharma, who's known for like the 5 a.m. club morning routines, talks about your self-image and your net worth not being able to exceed your self-image. And so with the vision board, your self-image expands and then you live into that. And part of that is growing. And so for me, so we've got health freedom, emotional freedom, environmental freedom, relationship freedom, spiritual freedom, and financial freedom. And on every single, I think, maybe they're not the relationship freedom, but I love the love languages, and it should be on something, the love language, the 5 love languages. I don't think it actually is. I've got a book to support me. I'll reach out and I'll have a book. So I love that. So I just want to explain what the 7 freedoms frequency is, because what I teach is not in isolation. I also believe in raising your vibration. And I don't know about you, but I love Abraham Hicks. And so I have a playlist. I've had this playlist for a long time. I altered it as I changed my YouTube channel to update it to create new ones. But this playlist, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Oh. Excuse me. I say a sip of lemon, ginger, apple cider vinegar, and honey, but it's hot. So this is the contribution freedom playlist. I used to listen to Abraham Hicks every single day as I was like creating. When I'm in recording mode, I can't then listen. But when I'm not in recording mode, I love pressing the playlist. And I don't do it as much as what I used to. And I will, once I'm out of recording mode, go back to that. And let me know if you've listened to any of these already. So Abraham Hicks explains who they are, so this in the playlist, how to make your business thrive. Before starting your own business, great advice, being of service to others. Excuse me. Business without a plan. How to align your business and money. The best business career advice. The business is inevitable when you do this. Emotional grip for new business. Attract new business. Self-employment rampage. And so some of these I've watched on my other channel, but you see, I watched them, and I still have others to go. I love it. So business, alienated family, some of them you might resonate with and some you might not. If you have any that are not on the list, I don't know how you tell that, but if you have any, with the purple hearts, if you have any that are not on the list and you think, oh, well, that would go in that category, let me know. Stay or move to a new business. So that's kind of just a playlist that you might like for your contribution. You can save. Now let me go back. You can save a playlist. Robin, not our lead soul guided instructor, she's like, oh, thank you so much. I don't know if you were familiar with Abraham Hicks, but I love it. I do. I really do love it. So you can add. So this wouldn't give me what it gives you, but I believe that you can save. I know you can save the playlist to your own YouTube channel. Save it so it's not public. Mine is. This is unlisted, but obviously these videos are not mine, so they're level or unavailable. Sometimes when you go through the list, somebody might have put them as private. So this is the list for. It's just easy listening. This is the list for health freedom. Health freedom matters and anger. Reclaim wellness no matter where you are. Healthy eating. Excuse me. The easy way. Worried about my health. How to start. The perfect health. Thoughts for the perfect health. Really trust your health will improve. I just love it. I just love it. All diseases are curable. So whatever you're thinking and feeling, medical diagnosis, her strong desire for health and wealth easy. So I've got some more to listen to about mental illness. Do I need health insurance? Whatever it is that you just scroll through, and what is like natural weight loss, like whatever is about immunization, mental health disorder, and look at Abraham Hicks, because there'll be new videos since when I find another one, when something comes, I'll add it to the playlist, and so when it comes up, I will update them. But scroll through and see what comes to you. One of the reasons why I started to do this was because I would listen to something, especially when I've been coaching, and I literally will get a message through something like an Abraham Hicks video, and I'll say, hey, I think this is for you. Like literally, that is what was happening a lot. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to create a playlist. So this is about emotions. And obviously, if you've heard of the emotional freedom scale, and I'll talk about the books in a second. So I'm saying book readers, but this is, I love, and so there's Abraham Hicks's books, Ask and It Is Given, The Astonishing Power of Emotions. They've got several books that I didn't even know. Actually, do you know what? My Mac keyboard is actually sat on Ask and It Is Given, and it really inspired me, this book. So I'm talking about a playlist from YouTube videos, but this is very weathered, isn't it? But this book, with the emotional scale, I talk about that really inspired me with the freedom's frequency. And then I have the Soul Income Game, which is likened to, I don't even know. Wow. Oh my gosh, I've written in there. Oh, wow, look at that. Hang on. Vision coach. Wow, helps professionals ditch fear and earn what you're really worth. That was a long time ago. I've got like letters after my name. I don't use my letters after my name. I do have letters after my name, but I don't use it. But there's a wallet process. I love the wallet process, putting money in your wallet and spending the money over and over again. When I met my partner, he's like, oh, I remember you having it in there. I don't carry a wallet now, so maybe somebody might buy me one. The process of clearing clutter for clarity, that is huge. Do you know what? I've just spent the last week and a half doing that in my home. I think sometimes when you read a book and you embody the things and you just think, and you just go with it, segment intending, I love, basically just flowing with your day. I talk about that on the Vision Board Challenge. So there's a lot. I don't think I've read the full book. This is what I'm looking for. These are like really weathered. Look at this book. Iona Meade. Like really, let's dive into Abraham Hicks. I don't think you can see that. The prosperity game is process 5. So they have certain processes. And my soul income game came from that. And I'll talk about that for the Chase to Financial Freedom frequency, because not everybody's in alignment with not everybody's in alignment with their financial freedom goal. And so they have the prosperity game, which I bought a prosperity program. And for those who go through my bootcamp, I actually have a prosperity program that I started off with years ago. And there's 12 modules. It was a bought in the box program that I taught, and I needed it. And so I went from a poverty consciousness to a prosperity consciousness. And this game is to help you to spend. They give you $1,000, then $2,000, then $3,000, then $4,000. And if you do it for a year, I think it's 66 million that you spend every day. Like, so that you get into vibrational alignment. If you YouTubed the prosperity game, you'd have people explaining what the prosperity game is. I didn't want to spend 66 million in a year. That's a lot of money to spend. And I know that sounds like a poverty consciousness, but excuse me. The reason was I wanted it to be in alignment with my business. And I knew that I wasn't in the position to receive 66 million in my business from where I was. And so I was like, okay, the bank 50K in 50 days, I actually created a money voucher from the Soul Legacy Journal, if you don't know what I'm talking about. But I have a co-author book series called the Soul Legacy Journal, and also a notebook and a journal called the Soul Legacy Journal. And we talk about co-creating your path to spiritual alchemy. And part of that on Financial Freedom Sunday, well, every day, but on a Financial Freedom Sunday, I'll go into more depth about it. But I give you $1,000 a day, pounds, euros, wherever you are, vibrationally, a money voucher, and you spend it in accordance to the 7 freedoms frequency, whatever it is that you need, or you tithe 10% every day. But if you want to save your money, you save it until like the Sunday, and then you spend it. And that's designed to help you be in alignment with your vision board and knowing what it feels like to actually be the person that buys this thing and has the freedom. Because there's a lot of fear around money, like, who will I be if I have this money? Will I be greedy? Well, rich people are greedy and the money is the root of all evil. But when you've actually practiced spending the money and you're saying to the universe, hey, this is how I was manage my money. There's another audiobook, a cassette book called The Prosperity Consciousness. And I love that as well. So I just love it. So I wanted to share that with you. So although I'm saying books, it doesn't appear that I'm like, oh, well, there's a book. But I got introduced through Abraham Hicks, through their books, and they have more books than you would probably know, actually. And let me know. I see on their site, they have so many things. So the law of attraction, I think that was the first one where they were introduced. I think it might have just been after The Secret. Asking is given because they were in The Secret movie and then taken out. The Vortex, Money and the Law of Attraction, The Power of Emotions. Excuse me. Health and the Law of Attraction. Cards. Their card. Oh, that's what they talk about. Amazing Power of Deliberate Creation. I don't have all of the books. I have a bunch. And I didn't even know all of the books, so this is on my book list too. So yeah, so when I'm talking about books, I'm talking about authors that have you lifted from the page, right? So health, emotions, emotional manifesting, the vortex is all about emotions, and best ever negative emotion contrast. Let go, let your emotions guide you. Make peace with negative emotions, 100%. All of the things. It's just how to fill, how your emotions fill in your grid. Depression, anxiety, sadness, how to eliminate negative emotions, all of the things, right? And they've got more videos like the animation series for Abraham Hicks. So I don't want to dwell on that, but you go to whatever, excuse me, playlist resonates with you. So let's say environmental freedom, see what resonates with you, where it is that you want to grow, what it is that you want to hear, like what is your soul calling you to hear. So should climate change worry me, what you feel creates your environment. How about we put this one, because we don't really want that one up. Not remove, says the thumbnail. Oh, look at that. Global warming, how to stay positive in a negative environment. I'd rather have those up there. Workplaces that feel toxic. So this is like your own environment and in the world, and obviously we care about the environment, but we don't want to worry about the environment. We actually just want to create change, be the change that we wish to witness in the world. So yeah, your environment matters. Our environment matters. What we pass down matters. So there's not as many in there because I've just categorized them as I've listened to some. Relationship freedom is absolutely my favorite day of the 7 freedoms, and I'll share the books that I recommend in a second. Rampage, let your soulmate in, being true to yourself. Where are my clients? So it's not just relationships with a significant other, relationships that we have with soul family, soul clients, our soul tribe. Soulmate versus twin flame, what's the difference? Soulmate, the best relationship grid work ever. Best friend, no, rascal friends. Friendships, love friendships. How not to feel isolated from others, that's big. Feeling of, there's not that many in there actually, I thought there would be. And then spiritual freedom, obviously the whole lot is spiritual. If you've ever, I was introduced this to by a friend years and years ago, which so a lot of them, some of them, eight there have gone. I had more, but some people remove their videos. Connecting with spirit guides, confidence in your spirit guides, spiritual versus material, angels and guides, spirit guides, conscious spiritual awakening, the vortex, who is my spirit guide? I think that's what they asked Abraham Hicks. Reiki and spiritual healing. Don't ask me why is the seizure in there. I don't. Sometimes I might get mixed up. You are source, and then the last one is about finances. So maybe you have money blocks. Maybe you want to tell a new money story. Abraham Hicks, the best financial advice ever. Create money without action. What's missing? Rampage of money flow. Attract money effortlessly. So whatever is money grid, my new story about money, whatever feels good to you, then you're welcome to listen. And I've put them underneath so you could actually just press play within the community, so you don't have to go out onto YouTube if you don't want to. You always get what it is that you need.
A friend of mine asked if I could ask you this question, and that is, what realm do you come from? And he's listed a few of them here. None that he would know.
So they're there in the Soul Legacy Academy. All right, just in the book readers, but obviously this is part of it. So we also have, I'm going to go into the book reading list in a second. We also have the book launch club, obviously my book launch videos as I launch my book, The Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, as soul-guided influencers, compass to leveraging your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. And I've just now today put these, right now I'm live, I'm recording. I've just now put these videos from the spaces from the community in the book launch list because it's related to my book and it's related to me creating a community around that. So you can come in, watch my book launch videos as I write my book, and then I will refer back to this playlist. If you have a book inside of you, you can download my free chapter of my book. The first free chapter, you'll get book launch updates and related videos, the videos that are on the playlist, you'll get notified of them. And I have a VIP day for the first chapter. I'm really excited about that. That has been an absolutely amazing game changer. We have a Telegram channel for the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network and a book launch club in Signal and in Telegram, so you're welcome to join them. If you have a book inside of you, this is not just for my book launch. If you have a book inside of you and you want some support in your book launch, especially obviously if you're in the network, then I want to hear about it. I'm going to cover the dedicated to you, why it's dedicated to you at the end, if I remember. So let me go into the actual books that I recommend. I do recommend some books, and I'll put them on the playlist. If I see a book, an audio version on YouTube, some of them look 7 or hidden. So there might be some that I've said, oh, you know, it's on YouTube, and it's actually not now. I apologize, but I can't do anything about it. There's Think and Grow Rich, and I think there's several versions on there. Make Cause Miracles. I've never really listened to the whole of the Make Cause Miracles by Gabby Bernstein. The magic of believing in you is huge. This was one of the very first books that I was attracted to. That absolutely changed my life. I wanted to write a book called The Magic of called Believing in You. And I wanted somebody to believe in me. And I realized that I needed to believe in me first. And so this book was already written. I'm like, I don't need to write the book. It's already been written. It's a beautiful book. What to say to yourself. What to say when you talk to yourself. That is huge. Shad Halstead, I can't say his name. That's not what I thought it was called. Halstead. That's not what I thought it was called, But that was a book as well on my early journey of what to say when you talk to yourself when you've got all of these voices in your head, or that voice in your head, not all of the voices. You Are a Badass at Making Money is huge. Love Jen Sincero. She has the You Are a Badass book. The yellow book was the first version. She's done You Are a Badass at Making Money. Then she did a You Are a Badass. There's a blue one every day. And there's a purple book called You Are a Badass, The Habits. And the 5 love languages is huge for me. Gary Chapman has, the 5 love languages for men. I show that. That's a really cool version for singles, for children, for teens. I love it. That's just a snippet of them. And The Science of Being Well, I downloaded that years ago and I've never read all of it. However, or listened to all of it. But in Think and Grow Rich, I recommend that. How successful people think. Money's already yours. That's how you kind of think. Joseph Murphy. The Millionaire Messenger is somebody reading it. So kudos to you for reading the book. That's by Brendon Burchard. And it's a really great book. She doesn't say Brendon Burchard. I think she calls him something else. But The Millionaire Messenger was a real game changer for me. So books can really, really, really change your life. And if I see any more books, then I will share them. So this is the recommended reading list that I believe will help. You can read them. Some of them again are free. We have an Audible. So if you have Audible credits, I have one a month. So this is like not like, oh, well, we've got to. But for me, I have like several books on the go. So on a Monday, I'll go back and I'll listen to a part of a book that will support me. So start with Why, How Great Leaders Inspire Everyone to Take Action by Simon Sinek. Most people have heard of the Why. I haven't finished this whole entire book. And as I do finish the books, I'll do book reviews on YouTube, and I'll put them in that playlist. That I think that will be really helpful to do, like book reviews each month. Asking It Is Given, Learning to Manifest Your Desires. You kind of guys know how I feel about that. And this is part of me having this big library of books, right? Lightworker, Understand Your Sacred Role as a Healer Guide and Being of Light by Shavana Arienta. And I have a learning dyslexia, so don't, tell me off with the names and butchering them. That is a really good book. Barry and I listened to that, but it's a really good book. I've listened to it a couple of times, and it was a while ago. But understanding your role as a light worker, it goes in really, really deep. So that's that contribution as a light worker. The Miracle Morning for Entrepreneurs, Elevate Yourself to Elevate Your Business by Halal Rod. And so Halal Rod is, I don't know if I put the speed well on that. Halal Rod is the author of this book, and I have to give him massive kudos and massive shout outs because he just does some amazing work, and he does different versions of his book. Excuse me. And one of the versions is The Miracle Morning. It's The Miracle Morning, 6 Habits That Will Transform Your Life by 8 a.m. And so he does versions for writers, for entrepreneurs, for millionaires, for addiction, for couples, and for network marketers, for families. If you Googled him, you'd find lots of his books and you'd find his community. I definitely recommend it. I think he's amazing. The Miracle Morning for Writers. This is blocked. How to build a writing ritual that increases your impact and your income. Excuse me. The Prosperous Coach, Increase Your Income and Impact for You and Your Clients by Steve Chandler and Rich Litvin. Rich Litvin was actually used to be called the confidence guy, and he's now working for Evercoach for Mind Valley. And I actually had a session. I was fortunate enough to have a session with him, and he talks about being a prosperous coach, which I'd said actually I was going to go to that book today. Excuse me. It's just a brilliant book, and just to help you see where you are and how you're. He talks about creating clients, and just I think he was charging like 25 grand or something per client per year when he first started out. But he's got a beautiful story as well and a beautiful family. Published, and when I looked him back up years after, he was the one that gave me a breakthrough session, the first one. And then I was like, and he was on a mission to do 1,000 breakthrough sessions in a year. And I was like, oh, wow. And so I started to do breakthrough sessions, not as a direct impact of his session, but, it definitely influenced me. And then when I looked back, he has a vibrational money kind of game as well, I think. I know, but I don't know what it's called. Published, The Proven Path from Blank Page to Published, author by Chandler Bolt. Halal Rod recommends Chandler Bolt, and I recommend Chandler Bolt for the book Published. It's really cool. Obviously, if you want to write, and that's contributing out into the world as well, book launch, how to write, market, and publish your first bestseller in 3 months or less, and use it to start and grow a 6-figure business. That's again by Chandler Bolt. The one thing, the surprisingly simple truth behind extraordinary results. And I haven't read this, but I got it recommended, so I wanted to put it on there. Health Freedom Tuesday. Don't know if you've heard of these. Let me know if some of them that you've heard or some of them that you've recommended. Excuse me. Now I actually have a real drink. It's locked, so I'm trying to drink and it's not working. And you try drink on camera and then you like choke. So this was a really great book. I haven't read the second one. So the first one, The Medical Medium, Life-Changing Foods, Save Yourself and the Ones You Love with Hidden Healing Power of Fruits and Vegetables. The Medical Medium, Cleanse to Heal, healing plans for sufferers for anxiety, depression, eczeema, Lyme disease, gut problems, brain fog, weight issues, migraine, bloating, vertigo, cirrhosis, I can't say that, cyst, fatigue, fibroids, autoimmune disease. Lots of people come to me with different things, so I wanted to include that. Let me know how you find it. The Medical Medium, Secrets Behind Chronic and Mysterious Illness and How to Finally Heal. I haven't read that one. You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. I have had that for years, and I only started to listen to it when I started to listen to The Seven Freedoms, so I have listened to that. Healing Cybo, that's like gut health. When I went to go get my gut health addressed, the lady told me about this. I was really investigating, and it's a book on fix the real causes of IBS, bloating and weight issues in 21 days, Shavana Sana. Sleep Smarter. I was working on my health sleeping. I don't know about you, but I experienced insomnia as loss and just my creative brain, all of the things, and I still don't have a regular sleep pattern. I just don't. Excuse me, now my sleeping, as my quote, like speaking that into existence, maybe, but I do sleep a lot better than what I used to, and it depends. I have this thing where I sleep with the light on. I have done since I was 19 years old. I had a loss in my life. My father and I had what they call is sleep paralysis, which does not feel like sleep paralysis to me. And ever since I've slept with the light on, I'm like, dude, no. So 21 essential strategies to sleep your way to better body, better health, and bigger success. That is a beautiful book. It really is. And we don't have like, excuse me, lots and lots of hours in the day to just sit and listen to books or sit and read books. However, part of like the science of getting rich, you know, Wallace D. Waltall says about, you know, being rich in the truest sense of the word is what is rich to you, like creating your day so you do have time to listen and read. Is so powerful. Giving yourself that time, you know, even if it's in the bath or, you know, while you're washing up or whatever, as you're multitasking. I know people say don't multitask, but I would rather sit and listen to a book, because it's even when you're sleeping, that it go in than not. Tapping, love tapping. The tapping solution for weight loss and body confidence, A Woman's Guide to Stressing Less, Weighing Less and Moving More by Jessica Ortner and Hay House. I've listened to that a couple of times. Really good book. Recommend that. Nick Ortner's sister. If you've heard of the tapping solution. Emotional Freedom, The Magic of Believing, The Astonishing Power of Emotions, Whatever Arises. Love that. A Love Revolution That Begins With You. That's by Matt Kahn. Love that book. Love it. The Miracle Morning, again, You Are a Badass. The Choice for Love, Entering a New Enlightened Relationship with Yourself, Others, and the World by Dr. Barbara Giangelis. I listened to this years ago when I was out cleaning homes. I just would listen all day to different books. It's, oh my God, her voice melts me. There's other books from her as well, and I don't think I put them on here. The Tapping Solution, A Revolutionary System for Stress-Free Living, May Cause Miracles, Environmental Freedom, Creative Visualization, Use the Power of Your Imagination to Create What You Want in Your Life by Shakti Gawan. She's one of the first people that I learned, that came into my awareness when I was learning about visualization. Intentional Living, The Intentional Living, Choosing a Life That Matters by John Maxwell. Badass, again, by Jen Sincero, Sleep Revolution. 5-Second Rule, Transform Your Life, Work, and Confidence with Everyday Courage by Mel Robbins. If you haven't ever listened to the 5-Second Rule, I so recommend it. Literally, she has a TED talk, and literally she talks about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do it. Do the thing, I say. Like, literally, it's just so powerful. Just the tools, the little snippets that you get from words from others, it's so powerful. Leverage, the life leverage, how to get more done in less time, outsource everything and create your ideal mobile lifestyle. I love part of that book, not all of it that I resonated with it, but I definitely am a leverage person. It kind of went really far into leverage, and I leverage, so it was like a lot for me. I probably will listen to it again, and I leverage everything, so I think it influenced me more than probably what I know. Relationship 5 love languages: The Secret to Love At Last, 5 languages for singles, children, teenagers, men, The Marriage You've Always Wanted. Barry and I bought that book. I bought that book, and Barry was going to listen to it. If you're not, so I say universe, this is God, and it's quite into Christian beliefs, and not to say that Christian beliefs are bad. It's just not my way. So Barry didn't resonate with it, and I didn't resonate with it as much as, and obviously marriage is like, you know, in the eyes of God, but I love all of his books, but I didn't resonate with that as much. Do not shoot me down, it's my opinion, I'm allowed to have that. The Miracle Morning for Couples, and I'm not saying it might not change, but it didn't resonate as much. Miracle Morning for Couples, I love it. Create Legendary Connections, One Morning at a Time. Miracle Morning for Parents, Kick Ass with Mel Robbins. The School of Greatness, A Real World Guide to Living Bigger, Loving Deeper, and Leaving a Legacy. I love Lewis Howes. He has a YouTube podcast. And The Mastery of Self. Toltec Guide to Personal Freedom by Charlie Varon and Dr. Miguel, I can't even say it, Ruiz and Junior. I was recommended this book, and I had to listen to it because I recommended it, and I loved it. Men Are From Mars, it's a really old one, and Women Are From Venus, A Practical Guide for Improving Communication and Getting What You Want in Your Relationships. I listened to that in the relationship before I got with Barry, and no, in my 7.5-year relationship. And it was really great because he was like, oh, you know, I get this. And after like a couple of weeks reading it, it's like, this is no more. So you've got to have a partner who's willing to listen to those things with you. Spiritual Freedom, The Light Warrior, Connecting with the Spiritual Power of Fierce Love. I'm now listening to that. I just downloaded, I got that on Audible. And Think Like a Monk, Train Your Mind for Peace and Purpose Every Day. That's by Jay Shetty. And The Untethered Soul. Oh God, that is one of my favorite books. It's Barry's favorite book as well. Seat of the Soul. And that was, I haven't listened to all of that. I've listened to a little bit. The Vortex, The Surrender Experiment. I've yet to listen to that. The Path Made Clear is, I've listened to this a couple of times. So my favorite ones I will listen to. This is on YouTube as well. I have the Audible version. Discovering Your Life's Direction and Purpose. Love it. And so Oprah shares like interviews and stuff and snippets. Course of Miracles, The Power of Now, A Guide to Spiritual Enlightenment. Robin like speaks volumes about this book, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. And I have not got through this book. I've been familiar with this book. I've got the physical version of this book. I've got the Audible version. And I just have not gone through it. Bridging Two Realms, Learn to Communicate with your loved ones on the other side. Oh, that just touched my heart. I haven't listened to all of it. I'm like, oh wow. By John Holland, it's powerful. Angel Speak, How to Talk to Your Angels, and by Barbara Mark and Judy Griswold. Oh, it's amazing. Don't know if you've heard of The Conversations with God by Neil Donald Walsh. Your Psychic Pathway, listening to The Guiding Wisdom of Your Soul by Sonia Choquette. And Nightingale Corner. That is so powerful. Again, I haven't listened to all of it, but what I got and when I got it, game changer. The Universe Has Your Back, Transform Faith into Fear. I haven't listened to all of it. I've listened to some of it. I've listened to bits that I needed to get to. Like I said, for me, on a Monday, I'll listen to a bit, I'll choose a book, or I'll go all the way through a book. And I have like a brain that goes, well, what do I need today? So that's why I haven't finished all of them. And soul shifts, transformative wisdom for creating a life of authentic awakening, emotional freedom, and practical spirituality. That's another one by Dr. Barbara Jones. Her voice is just so warming. I love it. The Heart of the Soul, Emotional Awareness by Gary Zukav. I can't say his name. We are human angels, a crash course for angelic humans. I've never listened to that. Barry bought it because I saw it on everybody's profiles, and I never listened to it. It's only like a couple of pounds or something, and he has it on his Audible, and I'm like, can I have it back, please? Because I want to listen to it, and I won't use an Audible credit on it because it doesn't feel worth it. Such a lack mindset. Anyway, The Secrets of a Millionaire Mind, Mastering the Inner Game of Wealth. That is like eat, breathe, and sleep. That I don't have a physical copy of that anymore because I often read in the bath and it got wet. But I do have the Audible version of it, and I've been into the Millionaire Mind Intensive, and I don't know if I was thinking if I've got this one on there. This I bought at the Millionaire Mind Seminar. All my books like proper like Speed Wealth, How to Make a Million in Your Business in 3 years or less. I'm not there yet, but I'm on my way for sure. All right, cool. What else? Money and the Law of Attraction, Learning to Attract Wealth, Health and Happiness. You are a badass at making money, Master the Mindset of Wealth by Jen Sincero. The Science of Getting Rich, Think and Grow Rich, multiple streams of coaching, income, wealthy thought leader, Library by Angela Jolie. That's a really good book. I learned a lot from that book. Prosperity Consciousness, How to Tap Your Unlimited Wealth by Frederick Lerman. That is just amazing. I don't have it now, but it's like a cassette. It's absolutely amazing. The Millionaire Next Door, The Surprising Secrets of America's Wealthy. I haven't listened to that, and I took that off and The Automatic Millionaire, Powerful One-Step Plan to Live and Finish Rich. Both of them I found hard readings, to be fair. But that is like the book list. So if you have more books, then please do let me know. And so my book, I want to read this dedication. It's not too long. So dedicated to the spiritual YouTubers who become soul-guided influencers. So you're really focusing on the influence that you want to make in the world. The soul why behind SBYN. And so I was saying to Robin that, obviously we know the book Why, by Simon Sinek. And I think your who behind what you do really, really drives you. So hopefully you can see that. All right, cool. Okay. So the soul why behind the SBY and the Soul Legacy Movement was born, and you are here because we invite you to take our video visibility challenge and come and show up, speak out, and serve deep. The Soul Legacy Movement is dedicated to you and all the Spiritual Biz YouTubers, soul-guided influencers, aka authors, teachers, trainers, therapists, mentors, mediums, healers, readers, coaches, counselors, entrepreneurs out there who feel compelled to be in service of the world and give back as you fulfill your soul's legacy. Launching, leading, and leaving your soul legacy. Launching, leading, and leaving your days as you make your difference by making a living, helping and healing others. And in giving, may you truly be open to believing and receiving and being in vibrational alignment to allow your manifestation of your big vision, mission, and soul legacy be delivered to you as your divine downloads from the universe. Just know that the universe has your back. You're not crazy. There are many, many light-minded, soul-guided light leaders, light seekers, light bearers, living lanterns, light warriors out there who get it and get you. Please use the collective energy of the Soul Legacy Movement and the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network and the roads written through me for you as a reminder that you're not alone. I believe in you. We believe in you. I am here. We are here to help you get out of your own way and to shift your mindset and remove the money blocks and self-sabotage long enough for you to go within and unleash your soul legacy. You'll see the typos in here. The soul legacy that is really ready to allow your desire to fulfill your big vision, mission, and soul legacy movement. Ditch the fear of failure, success, and selling so you can earn what you're worth. And for prosperity to manifest in the form of whatever prosperity means to you, love, balance, joy, happiness, success, money, momentum, and a prosperity conscious mind, and awakened you in every area of your light work, lifestyle, and world life. With that said, our hope is for you to have clarity, confidence, systems, and strategies today and always, so you can break free from the self-sabotaging high standards of perfectionism or self-doubt causing procrastination, and begin trusting your judgment and your soul guidance again, so you can enjoy living in the now. As you become your own best expert within SBYN, Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network, you'll intuitively have that sense of knowing and be guided to what feels like the right way to save yourself first, stand in your soul truth while you have more soul-client income, soul family influence, and soul tribe impact. Be blessed in your soul calling. Stay true to your big vision, mission, and soul legacy movement, even if that means it seems like you're standing alone for a short while. Love yourself first. Know that it's okay not to listen to the negativity of others or the negative internal dialogue. You know that voice in your head that holds you back, gives you umpteen excuses, and blocks you from self-love, self-acceptance, or living the life of your dreams. When you reveal the key to the prosperity you've already created that's waiting for you behind your open door of possibilities, there will be something that you will let it go and something you will let it in. I would love to hear from you when you discover with ease, grace, and flow what your it is. The Soul Legacy Movement and SBYN is here to support the health and well-being of our nation and our future generation escape poverty and elevate prosperity. And we also get to see, hear, and feel the ripple effect of the soul sisters and soul brothers within the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network, SBYN Soul Family, bringing their helping and their healing work to the world. If you don't start the race, you'll never get to the finish line. If you are going to have any chance of successfully attracting the big vision, mission, and soul legacy movement you desire and keeping it long term, you'll also need to be open to thinking something different this time. We invite you to take the video visibility challenge in the guide section of the SBYM. We cannot get to a new place or space in our light work, lifestyle, or world life with the same thought frequency that has drawn us all that we don't want. To attract prosperity, we need to have a prosperity consciousness. We know about the substance of the universe we know that the substance of the universe is consciousness. We also know that our reality is created in our mind first, right? So going about developing a prosperity consciousness and listening to our soul guidance is a logical option, don't you think? I do too. Big love. From me, Iona Meade. So I wanted to share that it's not just a book launch. It's not just a book club. It's not just a bunch of information. It's about you growing to be the best version of from myself everywhere. It's about you being the best version of you, right? And you growing to the extent that your income can grow to, and you having your vision that's in alignment with, that's in alignment with your soul. And so I'm here. If you have a book inside of you because you want to share your spiritual awakening story and your experiences, I would love that. Books change our life, and I can't wait to do book reviews from the book launch club, from the book launch club. I will absolutely do that. I have one book that I want to review. I have done a review already, but one book is called Flight of the Butterfly. And this book is absolutely amazing, by Lindsay Austin. And Lindsay, if you ever watch this, massive shout out to you, my love. It's this true story of overcoming adversity and reaching empowerment. It's absolutely and so on the back of it, it says, do you want to become the best possible version of yourself? I read this while I was on a road trip, a 5-day road trip on the way to an island in Scotland in the UK called Iona. And I took this book, and I'm so happy that I took this book, and I read this to my partner, and he got it. He was like, wow, it just blew us away. So I'm going to read the back of it because it's so beautiful. She says, do you want to become the best possible version of yourself? Which I say as well. She's in the UK as well. Are you struggling with trauma, toxic attachments, or the concept of self-love? Are your limiting beliefs holding you back from being your highest self? So this is the actual cover. Flight of a Butterfly is a true story of overcoming, of healing the scars left by deeply traumatic experiences, and I mean deeply traumatic experiences, hardships, and the pain and burden of self-blame. Charting the gradual shift from a mindset of fear and dependence to one of freedom, confidence, and independence. This is one unshakable woman's journey to transformation. It really is. So prepare to refill your cup and embrace your own personal growth as you dive deep within yourself to heal your wounds. Living the life you truly desire begins with this: learning to love yourself first. So if you don't know, my first company was called Life Matters, and I had a butterfly on there, and I had a butterfly with my logo, and I talk about freedom, obviously, and I talk about that transformation, and I talk about turning your wounds into wisdom. So when I read this, I was like, whoa. And Lindsay's lifestyle way back reminded me of where I grew up. I didn't have the same lifestyle, but I knew people that did. And it helped me to fully understand what they might have gone through. So the testimonial says, I began to read this book and this is why I put a testimonial on the back of my book. I thought, oh, that's a cool idea. And my picture. So thanks, Lindsay. And it's kind of like in journal form. It's really cool. I began to read this book and was gripped from the start. The hairs on my arm stood on end, mine did too. I couldn't put it down. My emotions changed from page to page, mine did too. I was like, what? I felt sad, happy, and angry at times, but most of all, inspired to share this beautiful but hard journey with the author. That's exactly how I felt. I felt connected to her and was truly inspired to see how this lady transformed into such an incredible, inspirational woman by the end. And that is by Anita Morgan. It's absolutely amazing. So this is Lindsay. The Flight of a Butterfly. I think it's just fitting to end with that. And this is one of the first books that I will put on my bookshelf in my barn conversion when I move to Canada, because that's on my vision. It's not on my actual vision board, but it is, if that makes sense. So it's absolutely, I don't know, I've got a creaky chair. But that's it for the Book Readers Club. Again, we've got the Abraham Hicks book launch list. We've got my book launch and videos that will go with that. We've got the free chapter for my book, and we've actually got the Signal and the Telegram book launches club for you if you have a book inside of you. And I left Lindsay a review on Amazon, and I definitely want to review some more books, and I will probably do an official book review and put that onto the playlist as one of the first book reviews that I do for the members that are in the community. So I love it. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. We have one more space. This is space 11. We have excuse me. We have space 11, the tribute to my son and how I dedicate my book and my work to him. So thank you. Let's launch, lead, and leave our soul legacy with ease, grace, and flow. I want to say cheers. to financial freedom. I shall see you in the next video. Take care. Big love.